All right, let's watch the raw milk video, guys. All right.
Oh man, is there anything better than a nice cold glass of milk? Well, the answer is yes, there is something better. It's this right here. It's called raw milk, unpasteurized, somewhat filtered, and
Ignore the not for human consumption part. That's not important.
straight from the cow. This is the best milk you can get. Here, look at this chart. Beneficial enzymes, active. Diverse probiotics, active. Healthy fats, active. Now, what about healthy fats in this here pasteurized milk? Well, that's on here too. It says it's damaged, and those diverse probiotics, destroyed. Anyway, this chart is from rawmilkinstitute.org, so I think they know what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, there's a big community out there trying to support the legalization of raw milk. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it's illegal to sell this, although you can sell it if you say it's not for human consumption, like this thing says. But that's all just a legal loophole, you know, kind of like how I can go buy weed with my credit card even though the federal government says it's illegal. Yeah. So today, we're going to take a walk through the prairie. Meet a couple honest, salt-of-the-earth raw milk drinkers.
I like how with Erik, it's like a 50-50 if he's committing to the bit and actually drinking the raw milk, or if he replaced it. It's totally 50-50. Because I believe that he would commit hard enough to do it. Somnium, thank you for the prime.
And hey, maybe we'll learn something. Like I'm learning something right here.
Well, bottles of raw milk from a dairy in Fresno County are being pulled from store shelves after bird flu was detected in a recent batch.
Oh?
This comes after a child tested positive for bird flu in Alameda County last week. Experts say pasteurized milk is still safe to drink because the pasteurization process kills illness-causing pathogens, including bird flu.
Oh. What can we have then? Like seriously, what the hell?
It's crazy that we have milk that's safe to drink, and people are like, what about competitive milk? What about ranked milk? I want a challenge with my milk. My life's not difficult enough. I want to risk it all just for a glass of the big white. I just need to risk it all. Why? Why? Pigman Bear, thank you for the 13 months. Also, Anon, thank you for the gift subs if she doesn't know who I am. Serbian, thank you for the Prime Kills Bear, thank you for the 24 months. AZ, thank you for the 19 months. Lair Bear, thank you for the gift of Soul, thank you for the 31 months. Zig, thank you for the 20 months. Thank you guys. Sorry if I missed any.
At this point, we can't eat or drink anything. What the fuck is going on? We should just eat shit. Ever since they started talking about the underground bunkers, that's when our food started being compromised and poisoned. I've been sticking to rice and beans and homemade tortillas. Bill Gates is behind all this shit. Why would anyone in their right mind drink milk? Yeah, all right. So, what does this mean for a guy like me who drinks bird milk? Yeah, and post. All right, now what side am I gonna be on? I bet you hope it's yours.
A nice refreshing glass of milk.
Oh, yo, what up? I'm just making the health.
Not the Smirnoff, dude. Stop. He's not beating the white allegations.
Healthiest
Dude.
white Russian ever. But is raw milk healthy? Lots of people are arguing about this online, because that's all the goddamn internet's good for these days. The raw milk debate is pitting TikTokers and farmers against doctors.
Susan Young's work starts early and ends late. Even later now that her small little farm has got a new product on the market. This summer, her home state, Iowa, joined more than 30 others that allow producers to now sell consumers dairy products, including milk, unpasteurized. That's raw milk.
That provides a whole new income stream for our farm.
If raw milk was so bad, how did anyone survive pre-pasteurization? The only thing preventing and demonizing raw milk is government standing in the way of health with tax revenue once again. Guess what? They didn't survive. Prove it!
Food safety in America has come a long way in the last 120 years, and the risk of consuming raw milk is low, especially.
This is like when people are like, oh yeah, vaccines work. Then why did people still continue to exist without vaccines? Why did so many babies survive if vaccines work? They didn't. They didn't survive. Most people's babies fucking died. They just fucking died, actually. You had like 17 kids and half of them fucking died.
especially for the average American.
Oh,
But for young children, seniors, or pregnant women, those risks are higher and potentially deadly.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's make sure everybody knows about that.
Mary McGonigal Martin was trying to find healthier food for her 7-year-old son, Chris. Internet research led her to raw milk. 3 weeks later, Chris was on a ventilator.
Oh, no, she didn't know about that.
But in an era where soy, almond, and other dairy alternatives eat away at traditional milk's market share, Americans now drinking about 50% less milk than they did in the 70s.
Yeah, that makes sense. Word.
Many consumers and farmers are glad raw milk is an option again.
Okay, word.
You see liberals who are maybe more likely to
Not the liberals. Not the... Guys, it's not an own to say that liberals think drinking raw milk is bad. That's not an own. That's not.
want natural foods, and you see it also with libertarians.
He's saying that the liberals. It is absolutely not the liberals that want raw milk. It is absolute. Who the fuck is this?
Who are more likely to say get government out of regulation. We would just want the choice.
I mean, the libertarians, yeah, because they're all fucking morons. That's just part of being a libertarian.
Liberals and libertarians, those guys can't agree on anything. I grew up on a dairy farm in Finland, drank raw milk there most of my life, and I've never had any health issues. There was a listeria outbreak in lettuce last winter. Oh no, ban lettuce. I never got sick from raw milk. Raw milk is the best. Babies drink raw milk from their mothers and they're fine. Or maybe it's because it's from their mothers and not cows. So raw milk is illegal, but pot is legal? The legal pot destroyed our son's brain. Oh.
He's like, we need to start over. Like, I need you, God, if you're listening, you need to send the flood. Okay? We need to start over. Get the ark ready. Okay? And we gotta start over. All right? Okay? Because we messed up. We messed up. And we need to reset. You know, when you have like a save and the save is just going, like you have a RimWorld game and you're like, this is just, oh my, and it's just catastrophe after catastrophe. You're like, I'm not even going to bother playing the rest of this hour. We're starting over. This is not working. This is not working. We need to just hold the power button on the PC and start it again. Okay? Okay, because this one's not. No, just pull the plug, okay? And I figure while we're at it, we can also get rid of like roaches as an idea. Or at the very least, like the roaches that like to live in homes. We can just, and mosquitoes would be a good one too, yeah. And like invasive hogs, we can just get rid of that one as well. That one, we don't need those ones. We don't need those ones. The ecosystem will adapt. We're good. We're good. The ecosystem will adapt. We're good. Don't worry, we're good. Oh, and bed bugs. Yes. Or like make bed bugs only interested in like French people's blood or something. I don't know. But just like everybody else, I think should be safe from bed bugs. We don't need those ones either. Okay. And then we're good. And then we'll have a perfect world. Okay. We will have a perfect world. Yeah. Agoraphobic mosquitoes and claustrophobic roaches. Yes. Roaches that hate living inside of houses and only want to live in dirt. If we could just patch that in for the reset. I'm good with that one. Because I don't dislike roaches just like Like the ones that are like the cuter looking ones, the ones that people keep as pets or whatever in the little thing. Those ones are fine for me. I just don't like the ones that live in people's houses. Those ones I like less, okay? Yeah. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Yeah. Just make it illegal for them to want to be inside, okay? All right. Yes, perfect. House centipede. This is a controversial opinion. I think the house centipedes can stay. I think they're really weird looking. And you've never heard of like an infestation of house centipedes? Those are just kind of like the mini game that you experience throughout life. Right? So that's fine with me. That one's totally fine with me. That one's good. Yeah. House centipedes can stay. They're fine. Yeah. Also, the house centipedes, they tend to eat worse bugs. Yeah, I'm fine. You had an infestation? I have a strong desire to say skill issue because I haven't had one. So, are you sure you didn't invite them to your house? I don't know. That one seems like a skill issue. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, back to the video.
I wouldn't touch raw milk unless I owned the cow or knew the cow personally. Yep, just as I suspected. A healthy back and forth with some top-notch etiquette. And I, of course, would like to share my own thoughts. My dear milk drinkers, both raw and pasteurized, why waste time fighting among yourselves when you could join forces against the true enemy? Seed milks, almond, soy, cashew, all atrocious hipster bullshit that has seen far too much of the market share. Have you ever tried to drink oat milk on its own? It tastes like the water that shoots out of a dog's asshole after it goes swimming in a murky lake. Listen, I understand that giving raw milk to your kid might kill them, but you know what's worse? Giving them almond milk and watching them grow up to become New York bike messengers. You people need to bury the hatchet and realize you're on the same side. Here's what I propose. Liberal pasteurization advocates, I need you to organize a social media campaign convincing people that seed milk is racist. And now to the libertarians, I need you to stop trying to marry children. And post! Alright, well, people can argue all they want, but the truth of the matter is raw milk is here, it's a thing, and it's happening. Fortunately, there's a lot of resources online on how to consume raw milk safely.
Stop doing this right now if you drink raw milk. You know, a lot of people have been drinking raw milk.
Why'd he knock the cup off the counter?
But when I first started drinking raw milk, I was doing something that I now know is, well, pretty dumb. Like most people, I enjoy a good cup of coffee or tea. And when I want to get a little extra nutrition, I give it a hit of raw milk.
Okay, see, he's about to give some good advice.
So pasteurization works when you heat milk to over 161 degrees for a minimum of 15 seconds. As a result, you kill pretty much all of the bacteria. So this cup of coffee right here is over 180 degrees. You see how this is a problem, right?
Oh, okay. He was accidentally cooking the milk, and that's bad. You're seriously overthinking this. The milk will cool the coffee almost immediately. It will not be equivalent to pasteurizing anything. Bro looks like my local homeless man, but he got some good points. I used to drink raw milk a lot, but didn't notice any health benefits, so I switched back to store milk. We've got back as a society. Oh my goodness, the spilling, flinging, and flipping. I need to get lavender and meditate now. Supplements and content. Thank you. Huh. I wonder if that's the reason my 90-year-old mother who drinks coffee and milk every day gets sick often. Thanks. Oh, I don't like that last...
Guys, I don't know how internet etiquette, I don't know how Erik does these videos. I genuinely, I don't know how he does these videos. Like, I think maybe he's not okay. I think I would end it all. I would start building, like, the nuclear bomb too. Like, I would invent the hex tech from scratch. Because this is not, like... How do you watch and read this many dumb comments and not... Drugs. He gets by with drugs. This is nothing compared to the communities of people who drink bleach. That's not real. I mean, the bleach one is obviously not real. Those are definitely, all of those people were joking. Come on.
Comment. It sounds like that person's about to feed their 90-year-old mother raw milk. And as we learned, that's bad. That's not healthy. I better hit them with a reply. Full of etiquette, It'll be an etiquette reply. Yo, I'm no doctor, but I think she's getting sick because that bitch is 90. Anyway, is she looking for a boyfriend? By the time I do my thing, you'll be able to milk her too and reply. I'm just kidding. You really thought I was going to tell this person that I wanted to fuck their sick 90-year-old mother until you could milk her? Okay, because I did. Yeah, no, that really...
Yo, I'm no doctor, but I think she's getting sick because that bitch is 90.
Is the reply. Yo, check it out. I just snuck onto a farm and milked all the cows. This is like the rawest milk you can get. Oh, yeah. Hey, this lady knows what I'm talking about.
I love milk, but I've never just tried the cream.
Oh, no, it tastes weird. You don't want to try that. Ah, man.
I don't want y'all to think my milk is bad. My milk's good.
Yeah, do not put that ladle back in the jar.
Just the cream took me by surprise.
You just pissed me off. In the Mexico, we boil the milk before we drink it. After working on dairy farms for 20 years, I could never drink milk. It's drinking out the ladle twice and dip it back in the jar for me. Girl, I thought that was a massive jar of mayonnaise and was wondering what on earth was about to happen to that cereal. I got salmonella at a young age from their mom getting raw milk from a dairy in town. No, ma'am. Jeez, tough crowd. Well, let me jump in here and add a little etiquette. I'd sure hate to be a fucking antibiotic right about now. And tick to the talk. Hey, wait, what the? Oh, there's a turd in here. Oh, man, I should have picked a more reputable farm. But that doesn't mean all raw milk is bad. Although I'm going to be honest, I'm probably done with it after this. It's back to pasteurized milk for me. Unless that shit's no good for you either. The milk industrial complex. Why you don't need to drink milk. Oh man, and play.
Seriously, people, has it occurred to none of you that we're the only mammals on the planet who consume milk after the early childhood period? We're so obsessed with it that we steal the milk from other species in order to keep drinking it.
I do also have zebra milk.
There's really no good reason for us to keep drinking this stuff. Think about human history. Before we domesticated animals, we were getting along without any other animal's milk.
Yo, why is he jumping around like that?
What's with these recommendations? Ostensibly, it's because we need the calcium for bone strength. Because more milk, and the calcium it contains, will make your bones stronger. You know where this is going.
From my understanding, there's some research that suggests that cow milk is actually, it does the opposite. It's bad for your bones because it requires a particular, I want to say like nutrient or like enzyme that that's pulled from your bones to break down the milk. But I haven't recently looked into it, so I don't know what the current research says. But yeah, from my understanding, it's actually like, it's bad for your bones.
Right? To the research. In 2007, a meta-analysis was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition.
Oh?
They found no association between total calcium intake and the risk of hip fracture.
But I was told milk makes your bones strong.
Drinking too much milk can be awful for your gut. It makes it bleed.
Oh, that explains that.
Cow's milk is low in iron and can actually prevent iron from being absorbed from the diet. In addition, some children develop small amounts of bleeding from their intestines when they have too much cow's milk.
Dude, this shit is evil.
Am I saying milk is evil? No.
Oh.
An Oreo without milk is close to a sin. But at some point, in older children and adults, we should own that milk is a calorie-laden beverage like many others. It holds...
I mean, more importantly, it's like, you should, like many other things, limit things that are not great for you. Just moderation is the key. And also, like, we didn't always have the level of like food production that we have now. Like, modern farming and GMOs have completely shaped and changed food scarcity. If you lived in like the 1400s and it was drink the milk from these domesticated cows or starve, you should and would always drink the milk, right? Same thing with like smoking or curing meats, right? You shouldn't, honestly, everyone in here, I know there's always one person that's like, no one's gonna take away my jerky or hot dogs or whatever. And to you, I say, congrats, you're the NPC of the day. But you shouldn't eat a lot of smoked meat, right? Because it's bad for you, because smoke is bad for you. So whoever is the NPC, please show yourself. Show yourself. Come on. Come on, there's got to be one of you. Come on. Come on. I like smoked meat, but I try to have it like less than twice a month. Ideally, because it's not good for you, right? Separately, curing meats with nitrites are bad for you. Two different things. I smoke my milk. Okay, well, that's fine. Well, that one's fine, actually. Yeah, I can try and pull it up. Smoke. I can try and pull. I was looking into like what liquid smoke is and whether that was safer, and it's safer than smoking meats because something happens when fats, specifically I think like hit flames, it produces something really bad versus just liquid smoke. But liquid smoke is it's less bad than smoking meats, but it's still bad. Let me see. Zeef, I just want you to know you are on unbelievably thin ice for linking that. Your next offense will get you permabanned. I had the displeasure of watching a minute of it yesterday against my will. And anyone who posts that link will get a 1-day timeout, and on your second offense, you will get a permaban. What was it? A particular rap battle video that has been semi-trending. Do not link. You can link poop socks. You can link the gnome video. You can link so many things, and I will give you like a 10-minute timeout on each offense. Not that one. No. I'm confused. Good. Okay. Good. You don't want to know. All right, that's a valid perma? Yes. Okay. I was out of line. I apologize. It's okay. I understand. Am I missing the plot? Again, if you're interested, go on Twitter and look up rap battle, and you will find what I'm talking about. All right. I like giving you guys cringe. That one's too much. That one's too much. Okay, moving on. Okay. Moving on. On the topic of smoking meats, smoking is a well-known source of food contaminated caused by carcinogenic polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. The TLDR is like smoking the meats introduces some, I don't want to call it a chemical because that's not accurate, but it introduces something to the meats that like breaks down, I think your DNA, like it's not good. It's very not good for you. I'm trying to find, this isn't the one that I was looking for. It was a different one. Is this okay to send? Stop. Zeef, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you. Is it the cringe rap video with AI Hassan? Yes. That's all I will say. Okay. I can't watch that. What was I saying? Anyways, yeah, smoking meat, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get back to the video. But yeah, milk, like other things, like it's not good for you. But like smoking meats, if you live in the 1400s and you're about to approach the winter and your two choices are don't eat smoked meat because it's bad for you, or starve, or eat the smoked meat and reduce your lifespan, you're gonna eat the smoked meat. You want to preserve your meat so you have enough food to fucking survive, right? In our current modern day and age, where there are a lot of things that you can substitute and you don't need to eat food that's bad for you. Doesn't mean you have to stop drinking milk altogether. It just means maybe like you don't have to have a whole glass of milk every day, right? But obviously do whatever you want. I don't, it's your life. It's not like you're fucking giving me cancer. I don't care. Like the fucking, oh my God. Sorry, I just remembered there was some flooding in my apartment. Some very, very mild flooding in my apartment. But I was really struggling to get management to like take care of it. So in like the top rightmost corner of my apartment, there was mold on the wall in the closet. And I finally got them to take care of it. This is like at this point maybe a year ago or something. And they took care of it. They cleaned it all out. And I guess like they have a contractor that they hire for repairs of that nature. And the guy who was working on like removing all the drywall, removing the insulation, and replacing it, he was raw dogging it, dude. He was raw dogging it. He was raw dogging. He was raw dogging all of it. And like, what am I gonna do? Like, I offered. I was like, hey, you know, I have like a mask, like the ventilator ones with like the ones that are I use them for like if I spray paint anything. I have one if you want one. He's like, no, I have one. I'm good. I was like, hey man, I have gloves. You don't have to touch the fiberglass insulation with your hands. I have gloves. No, I have gloves. I don't need them. I was like, you know, it's not like good for you. Are you sure? Are you sure? and he said, it just gets really hot to work. I know it's not good for me, but it just gets so hot. Even with the AC blasting. So it's not worth it. I was like, oh. So with that in mind, if you want to be a lesser version of that person and continue to eat smoked and cured meats, I can't stop you. I can only make suggestions that are good for you, but I can't stop you. You can raw dog the fiberglass if you want, okay? You can raw dog the mold if you want, all right? And you can raw dog the cancer if you want. I can't stop you, man. I can only suggest. I can only suggest things that are good for you. That's all I can do. Comment can confirm from my life experiences about 1/3 of the population is actively trying to kill themselves. It's just, yeah. Anyways, again, it's your life, man. I just work here.
Holds no special place, and you don't need it. Phenomenal marketing and a lot of wisdom have convinced you otherwise. Get over it.
Okay, but if I stop drinking milk, will I start teleporting randomly around the room like you? I drink a moderate amount of milk, not because of any facts that the milk industry has told me, but simply because I like milk. Do you have to be so scathing and berating? Yep, that's right. When it comes to talking to doctors online, you want to be as argumentative as possible. Keep them in their place. Like this. 1 minute in, and the ignorance of lack of knowledge of human history is showing. Civilization is far from being a new thing. It has already been proven redundantly that civilization and high technology existed before the Younger Dryas and long before the Ice Age. Wait, hang on. Let me just check something before I keep posting here. And yep. Someone has already posted this exact same comment. Yeah, this is all what I was about to post. So did this exact same comment. Yeah, this is all.
We are just now beginning to truly uncover the extent and sophisticated nature of human history over the last 150,000 years. We've been here much longer than 150,000 years, and we've survived countless civilization-ending disasters strong enough to end ours today, natural and possibly even man-made ones in the distant past. Nothing we are doing today is anything new. Humans have been drinking milk to survive for over 100 years. Sorry, 100,000 years. This is someone who isn't taking their medication. And they're definitely not touching grass, dude. Jesus. Wait, on the topic of the meat thing, it's a type of molecule which you can slot in between bits of your DNA. It sits there, but it isn't like attached to it. This can cause the enzymes that replicate the DNA to make a mistake because it physically disrupts them, like driving over a bump in a car. This causes the next generation of cells to have a mutation. Yeah, so okay, now I'm recalling. PAHs is what it's called. The bad thing in smoking meats. I didn't remember the process. I think this is accurate, but I do recall basically the PAHs disrupt your DNA in a way that's bad. That is cancer inducing. Again, obviously unlikely that it will have a negative impact on you if you rarely consume it. Like, don't get me wrong, like if I go to a 4th of July party and everyone's eating hot dogs, I'm going to enjoy myself I'm going to enjoy myself a hot dog, but I'm not going to go to the store and buy a hot dog. I never have hot dogs in my fridge or like beef jerky in my pantry or something, right? Or like if I'm going somewhere and we're having some smoked meat or some smoked brisket or something, like, fuck yeah, dude, come on. Everybody's enjoying it. I'm going to enjoy it. I just try not to bring it home with me. Sort of similar to like Oreos. Like I know I will inhale a whole pack of Oreos if I bring them into my home. So I simply don't bring them into my home. But if I'm somewhere else, if I'm at a party or someone else is throwing a dinner and I'm there, yeah, sure, why not? Sure, why not? Raw milk is crazy though, because like raw milk immediately can be bad for you. You don't even have to wait necessarily.
What I was about to post, so I'm glad I checked. Let me do this instead. Hey, nice video. Bounce left or right on my boy's dick to this for hours. I've switched sides on milk more times than this guy switches sides of his goddamn desk. Is it fucking healthy or not? And if milk doesn't do anything, why the hell would I want to buy the bird flu version of it straight from a cow? I'll tell you why. Because I hate liberals telling me what I can't do. All it took was me reading a bunch of tweets from some blue-haired cucks telling me how dangerous raw milk is to get me to go straight to my local Amish farm, get called the N-word, and then get myself some steaming hot raw milk to feed myself and my children. They died. And that's a post. So in conclusion, what are my actual thoughts on raw milk? Should it be outlawed? Should it be legal? Well, guess what? I don't care. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I just wanted to make this video so that people would click on it to see if I had an opinion, but I don't. I don't care if you drink it. I don't care if it kills your kids. They're not my kids. You dumb idiot. You killed your kids with milk? Jesus Christ. What a way to go. Anyway, check this guy out.
This is not the issue here, if there are benefits or not. Are there benefits for smoking? When you look at the issue of smoking, the government allows that people can smoke. They can make that choice. So for me, the issue is not, is raw milk better? I know raw milk is better for me.
Yeah, because America is the land of the free. Wait, this guy's not American.
Because of the crackdown of the government, that actually there is a flourishing underground black market, which is completely contradictory to what the government wants, that they want safe food. They promoting unsafe food by pushing that whole market into the underground.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Why is the government all up in our shit about this? Like, get them out of there. Oh my God, am I a libertarian? One sec. Nope, I don't want to marry her. God. And if you look below, you'll notice that this 6-year-old YouTube video has 0 comments. I love it when this happens. I believe the right thing to do is educate people so they can make safe and healthy decisions for themselves. And if they still make unhealthy decisions, then we should put them in FEMA camps where they can be guinea pigs for mRNA vaccines and fluoride re-education protocols. Round these fucking people up, I say, and force them to comply, because all they're gonna do is make raw milk cool again until they start selling tiny cows that I can milk straight into my mouth while on the go, and then die from bird flu. Some people would say this is a way for farmers to recoup their losses after a waning.
Is this leftist Joe Rogan? I think so. I think this is the closest you get to leftist Joe
by
Rogan.
selling the raw version to this new customer base of red pill hippies and people who get all their health advice from Midwest TikTok Vicodin moms. But my counterpoint is, hey, fuck those farmers. Let them go out of business and throw their cows in a landfill for all I care, so I can swoop in and turn those dairy farms into server farms for underage AI chatbots to milk libertarians out of their retirement money. And posterization. Yeah, alright, well, I'm glad we got this all stupid thing out of the way. I mean, you guys want to tell me you're arguing online about milk? We're fighting about milk? Come on. That's so stupid, man. That's stupid. You're stupid. All right, good night.
Big Money Salvia City. We're in Big Money Salvia City.
Hey guys, Uncle Dave here.
I'm surprised that there are people that don't know who Big Money Salvia is, who don't know who Erik is, who don't know who Internet Comment Etiquette is. He's been making content for like a decade. Only 1 million is insane. It is a very niche like category of content, to be fair, but yeah. I admit I've drank raw milk, but ultra fresh off the farm in Panama. So my understanding on raw milk is, first of all, in general, you should not be going to a store and buying raw milk and drinking it. You should never be doing that. Never, ever, ever in a million years, a bajillion years. Just buy pasteurized milk. Just buy, if you're gonna drink milk, Christ, we've solved milk. You just buy the safe milk. However, with that in mind, from my understanding, it's similar to like raw fish. I don't know all the details on it, but it's similar to raw fish where like when you're eating raw fish, it's like if you were to grab a fish straight out the ocean or whatever, or more realistically, the way that currently raw fish exists where we flash freeze it and then that the flash freezing kills most of the bacteria and then you eat it. It's not risky. It's not risky. And that's why sushi is generally safe. Because there hasn't been enough time of it sitting at a certain temperature for parasites to like grow or develop or whatever. Even raw beef is technically the same. That's like beef tartare. You technically can eat that. But it has to be a certain grade. And you can't just get some raw meat from the store, leave it in your fridge for like a day or two, and then eat it. You can't. You're not. So you will get bacteria. You will get sick. There is a good chance you will get sick. And from my understanding, there is something similar about raw milk. I'm trying to remember. See, I've never done enough research on raw milk because I have no desire to drink raw milk. I would just have normal pasteurized milk if I wanted milk. But I think I've had, I don't know if I've personally had it, but I did go to a farm when I was really young and there was raw milk there and I might have drank it. Maybe. It's so hard to remember things. I don't know how people have such good memories of things under a certain age. Let me see 1 second. That's how I got bird flu. Yeah, 1 sec. Why when I look up raw milk on Google, it says how to start drinking raw milk as one of the options? Why is that? Oh. The FDA has a page on it. It's about lactose intolerance, asthma, and allergy. Oh my God, why does the FDA have a page to... Oh, why? Why? Raw milk does not cure lactose intolerance. Raw milk does not cure or treat asthma and allergies. No. Raw milk is not more effective in preventing osteoporosis than pasteurized milk. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Anyways, where is 1 second. Okay, here it is. Bacteria present in raw milk are from infected udder tissues, e.g., mastitis causing bacteria, the dairy environment, soil, water, cow manure, and milking equipment. High bacteria counts in raw milk only indicate poor animal health and poor farm hygiene. Bacteria in raw milk are typically not of human origin. One exception is strep. It's adapted to humans, can be transmitted to animals. Been mentioned by raw milk advocates as the good bugs in raw milk, commonly found in human animals. Okay. This isn't talking about what I wanted to talk about. Also, yeah, bird flu is not a bacteria, it's a virus, it can kill you. Yes. Correct. I'm struggling to find what I want to talk about, so I'm not going to make the comment that I want to make. But basically, the raw milk in and of itself isn't what's containing the bacteria and the pathogens. It's that it has a high chance to be in the process between milking and to your store. It has a high chance, a very likely chance, to become contaminated. And the easiest way to solve this problem, because farms aren't sterile, is to simply boil the milk, aka pasteurizing. But it's like, it's not that it's raw milk inherently is bad. It's that dairy farms in general are held to a certain standard, and the standard doesn't need to be more rigorous than that because we pasteurize all of our milk. A doctor in the city I grew up in was ordered by the state board to stop practicing because he told patients to drink raw milk that had patients' blood injected in the cow's udder to treat their cancer. Former Amarillo doctor ordered to stop practicing medicine. He prescribed a course of what he described as colostrum bovine treatment. This treatment involved drawing blood from the patient, injecting that blood into the udder of a pregnant cow. The patient was then to drink the milk.
Okay, so I am going to go drag my face across the pavement now.
Can you do me next? This is some shit you read about like in the 1800s that there was a doctor doing this. The treated milk, the order said, allegedly contained antibodies developed to help fight the patient's cancer. And just so you guys know, the patient died. But it says they died in hospice before drinking any of the milk. So I don't know.
Hey.
I don't know what's going on here. The patient had paid $2,500 to the doctor and $2,500 to the farmer with the cow, the board said. After the patient died, the farmer wired $2,500 back to the patient's family, but the doctor refused to provide a refund. Luckily, he lost his license. Do you know how bad? Also, like, there are so many bad doctors. Do you know how bad of a doctor you have to be to lose your fucking license? I have had doctors that have given me bad medical advice, objectively bad medical advice, that if I took their advice, I would be worse off. Like, literally, I can go to the CDC's website. I'm not saying, like, I know better than my doctor. I'm saying what they're saying doesn't even line up with what the CDC is saying. And every other government body is saying about X, Y, or Z. And those doctors are still allowed to practice medicine. Just lose weight, stupid. Oh my God, dude. This is another really bad example of, this is another example of like how dog shit doctors are allowed to be, how incompetent doctors are allowed to be and not lose their medical license. The number of women, for example, who have, I think it's endometriosis. And it's, from my understanding, it is very painful. I feel very lucky that I don't have to deal with it. Google says, quick search here to give the most accurate description or accurate definition. It's a disease in which tissue that is similar to the lining of the uterus grows outside of the uterus, and it can cause severe pain. And from the people I've known who have had it, it's way more painful than anything you read online can even describe it as. It's very, very painful. With that in mind, it can have a lot of really bad, not even just like pain, but like really bad health consequences later in life as well, if you're not treating it at all. Are we talking about endometriosis? Yes. Let me see. Sorry, 1 second, I'm reading. Okay. So endometriosis doesn't directly cause death, but it can lead to life-threatening medical conditions. Ectopic pregnancies being the most common, that if you deal with endometriosis, it is associated with a higher than average rate of ectopic pregnancies, which is life-threatening and will kill you. Bowel obstruction. It can occur if the endometrial tissue invades the intestines. Bowel endometriosis has been observed in up to 1/3 of menstruating people, putting them at a higher risk for one of these gastrointestinal emergencies, leading to infection or possibly death. And there might be some links to ovarian cancer. So basically, if you have endometriosis, you should be visiting a doctor frequently, and you should be receiving treatment, any treatment that you can. With all that in mind, why did I bring that up? Right. The number of women, and you can look up these stories. I'm sure there's a subreddit specifically just for endometriosis. Women who go to doctors who say, hey, I'm experiencing all this really bad pain. I'm experiencing all these really bad hormonal issues. I'm experiencing this. I'm experiencing that. And they literally get told, you're just fat. Lose weight and your problems will go away. And it has to get to life-threateningly bad before they finally see a doctor. that takes their pain seriously is insane. I've had friends who are my weight, my size, shape, weight, go to doctors dealing with this and being told, oh, you're just fat. You just need to lose like 20, 30 pounds and then you'll be good. And then it'll go away. And they like refuse to do any of these tests. Yeah, I have it and I'm skinny. Well, it's not that they don't think that you have it. It's that doctors very frequently will just rely on all of these problems are getting caused because you're fat, even when you're literally not fat. And then they'll say, yeah, just exercise. Yeah, just exercise. Even if you're underweight, they'll tell you to lose weight. Yeah. The losing weight thing is like very particular, or like it is very, it happens a lot with women. Women in normal weight. Normal weight. Like you should not be receiving any negative consequences because of your weight. Which is insane. Which is insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, I had my family doctor when I was like 14 or something. 14 or 15. I was a little chunky. I was a little bit of a chunky kid, but I was definitely not anywhere near like unhealthy. Like I was fine. Like I fit in chairs just fine. I fit in airplane seats just fine. I don't have any severe like problems because of my weight. I was like 20 pounds heavier than I should have been for my height as a kid. And I also like got a later growth spurt, so I didn't get tall until like I got a little bit older than that. I kind of got wider before I got taller. And my doctor told my parents to put me on a strict diet as a 14-year-old. Yeah. Uh-huh.
My wife has chronic fatigue disorder, and her doctor just told her to drink raw milk and go on the carnivore diet 3 days ago.
You're lying. You're straight lying. You're just joking. That's not real. That's fake. Okay, a quick Google search for the word chubby. I looked probably pretty similar to this.
Insert funny message here. Too tired to type it.
Probably similar to this. Or I was just like a little chubby. And my doctor told my parents to put a 14-year-old on a diet. And the reason why I stress that, by the way, the 14-year-old on a diet part, is because you have to have an obese kid to put them on a calorie restriction. Because when someone is growing, up until I would say at least the age of 16, you should be focused on making sure that that kid is getting enough nutrients every day. Like your brain, so much of your brain is developing, your body is still growing. Like it is very important that you are getting the bare minimum calories and nutrients and enough vitamin A and B and C and D and E and K and, like all of them. Luckily, my parents are Arab, so they were like, got it. We'll be healthier. Don't worry, we got it. So the healthier was like they just made the same food, but they also made salad. They're like, we did it. We're good. Yeah. We have our couscous right here. Great. Don't worry. We put chicken instead of beef. All right. Yeah. Anyways, let me pour some oil right on top. And here's your salad. But like, I loved vegetables, so I was like, dude, more food, sick. Oh God. Yeah. I like how that's the chubby photo and it's like literally average body size. Yeah. 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 It was literally just, I mean, you have to remember also, like, I grew up at a time where, like, people called Jessica Simpson fat. Like, this is when I was growing up here. When I was growing up, they called her a beached whale. For being a size 4. So, like, if I was just a little bit heavier than, like, if I was this weight, or even, God forbid, a little heavier, it was like you would go to the doctor and they'd be like, you look a little fat. Sabra hummus is super good for weight loss, I've heard. Yeah, because it just, you hate it and it doesn't taste good, so you don't want it. That's not fat. This is literally normal range. This is a normal range to be at. This is a normal, healthy weight to be at. This is a completely healthy weight to be at. And if anything, especially for women, there are so many negative consequences from being on constant calorie restrictions. There are so many countless stories from women who have spent so much of their life being on like 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 calorie restrictions that they have fertility issues later in life. Because it's actually totally healthy and fine to be at this weight. And actually being really skinny, forcing yourself to be really skinny by not eating and not getting enough nutrients in the day hurts you. It hurts your hormones. It's bad for you. Yeah, my doctor told me that the Zoloft I take made me gain weight, and I told her straight up that I'd rather be chubby and happy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucking insane. Childbearing hips is a thing. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, if, like, let's just pretend for a second, okay? For simplicity, I'll just use the number, well, no, because then people will nitpick. Let's say a healthy weight for, like, someone who's 5 feet is, a woman who's 5 feet is 120 pounds, right? You are better off being 20 pounds overweight than 20 pounds underweight. That you will experience basically no negative side effects and no negative health consequences from being 20 pounds overweight, but you will absolutely receive negative health consequences from being 20 pounds underweight. Because your body needs a certain level of fat, it needs a certain level of nutrients every day, and if you deny it that, you are causing negative health consequences. But it sucks that just trying to talk about this stuff, people will be like, oh, so you're saying everyone should be 500 pounds. That's what you're saying. It's like, I'm so happy I'm not as dumb as you, dude. Life could always be worse. Yeah, I mean, dude, fucking, we don't even need to go back to 2010, okay? We don't even need to go. People were literally calling Sydney Sweeney in these photos fat. Do you know how cooked you are when you're calling a woman with a flat stomach fat? Do you know how, like, you're cooked? You're totally cooked. It's over for you. Like, you need God. And I don't even know if God can save you. She literally just put on more muscle because she's working on a role as a boxer. That's it. Maybe she put on a little bit more fat, but that kind of happens when you are bulking. Even if you're clean bulking, that tends to happen. If that's fat, every man in America is a chaser. Yes, every man in America is a chubby chaser. If this is fat. Like, dude, if she's fat, I'm actually whale-sized. I'm actually, like, I am a whale. If this is fat, it's, like, Jover for me. It should be a law that if you want to talk shit about someone's body, you have to submit a swimsuit photo beforehand. I agree. I fucking agree, dude. I totally agree.